I wanted to ask you guys on your opinion of the criticism so far of Jude Bellingham. I watched the overlap. I saw what Ian Wright said quite beautifully. Yeah, we'll give him a round of applause. Yeah.
Talk up the things, man.
I saw it come up.
Well, listen.
What did he say?
He said certain people are not ready for a black superstar in England. Now, what I think he's referring to is the constant, over-the-top criticism. Let's call a spade from Craig Hope. I think he's been one of the main journalists who has been spinning this wheel. We know, and it's been spoken about before, how often, especially black players for England, have been targeted. We've spoken on this show before about Bukayo Saka. We've spoken about Raheem Sterling, and it always seems like there is someone to have as a target before an international tournament. The journalist has come back out and defended his position. I've seen Matt Law almost half defend him as well. So what's your guys' opinion on this? Because it seems to be one of them, even though necessarily it's we know what it is, but because this noise is happening around this, we have to now talk about it.
Yeah, Ian Wright's 100% right.
Yeah.
Right, with what he says. He just said, I'm so glad he said it because, you know, people listen to Ian Wright when he talks, right? Ian Wright said what we've been saying for years. You know, when you see, for instance, like the treatment that Rashford, despite Rashford, we just talked about charitable things. You show me a footballer that's done more charitable things than he's done. Now, he's made a lot of mistakes in his career with some of the things he's done, but I always remember that video of him going to somebody's house do you remember?
I remember that.
He was going to somebody's house just to
he promised that he'd come in and say hi, didn't he?
Yeah, and making that person feel really good. You know, he didn't have to do it, but then the report was all about the chain he was wearing and the fact that he had on LV and things like that. And I just thought, that's disgraceful. And enough is enough now. What Bellingham the other night was brilliant, right? And the focus was just on his attitude to being substituted. Nobody, you know, I mean, everybody sometimes will have a little, you know, look. You know, how many times do we see that on players when they're coming off? Now, it's not like he ignored the manager or anything like that, walked past him. He's just like, oh, I didn't really want to come off. That's a natural thing. We even see that in youth football. Yeah. Right?
So isn't that good? That's a good thing. Like, that is a good thing. It should, like, I don't understand why.
But yet again, this guy, right, is like, remember, he's a young guy as well. Yet again, the amount of stick he unnecessarily gets from some of these guys in the press. And what Ian Wright said is 100% true. I've been saying it for years. I've been saying it for years. Yeah, I mean, it's like these guys, it's like they've got to work twice as hard or do twice as much to get the same recognition as their colleagues. And it's just not right. So well done Ian Wright for talking it, right? Because, you know, it needed to be said. Yeah, I mean, these things happen too much. It's like the thing the other day with Foden. Listen, I want Foden to go to the World Cup. I think Foden's an absolute class player. But the focus was on his pass and not the brilliant finish by Eze. If it was the other way round, would that have been? I mean, and it has to be talked. It has to be talked about. You know, what I mean, these things can't be ignored. Everybody who plays for England is representing their country proudly, right? Talk about them all in the same way. If you criticize them like how you criticize everybody else. That's all we're asking.
There could be
it has to be equal.
There could just be a normal. There's a healthy conversation to be had, yeah, as to like who should start in England's 10 position. Should it be Morgan Rogers? Should it be Cole Palmer? Should it be Foden? Should it be Bellingham? Should it be Eze? We can't even have that conversation at this present time. That's like a healthy football conversation to have. We've got a new manager. He's got some different ideas. Morgan Rogers, it looks like it's his shirt at the minute, but you can't see Jude not starting. This, that, and the third. And then these idiots that ain't practicing journalism, they're not practicing the profession of journalism. This is a witch hunt. That's what this is. This is like trying to just go after the guy's character, right? And you forget, Jude Bellingham's 22 years of age, you know?
Yeah.
Still
He's 22,
so
innit?
young.
He's 22 years of age. The guy has left Birmingham, gone to Dortmund, smashed it, won the cup, Bundesliga Player of the Year, gone to Real Madrid, the biggest club in the world with the biggest amount of scrutiny on it, won their La Liga Player of the Year, been the top scorer, won the Champions League, won La Liga, won the Intercontinental Cup, the Super Cup, all of that. The man's resume is up there in terms of dealing with the pressure, playing on the highest stage, and you're trying to discredit him because of some actions. Here's another thing. When Jude Bellingham, was doing up, like, remember he was golden boy, when, like, he was doing all these interviews, being polite, speaking way beyond his years, look how mature he is and all of that. They tried to tear him down then, saying, oh, it's fake, I don't think he's this, I don't think he's that. Now, he's come with some chest because his resume and his CV dictates that I am that guy. It's not chat. It's not saying the thing with no substance. I am that guy. We want people, we want like a maverick player. When Gaza is doing up the most, as like, look at him, man, he's Gaza, he's a man, he's this and that. When Rooney wants to be like this and that, it's all right. But now it's Jude Bellingham. It was the same thing when we went into the Euros a couple of things ago.
That was literally what
it was all about Jack Grealish. Why is Jack Grealish not playing? Where's Jack? Meanwhile, Sterling's got England on his back.
Yeah.
Saka for the last couple of tournaments has got England on his back. Listen, I watched back the Slovakia game, because it's quick. We forget things quick. Well, we don't.
Well,
people who
fickle,
know, These journalists who are coming after Jude Bellingham forget things quick. The guy, Gareth Southgate, has got a knighthood, because of the services to England, the country all unified as one. You think he's getting a knighthood if we get dashed out the tournament to Slovakia, bro? We were staring down the barrel of an embarrassing defeat to Slovakia. The man scored an overhead kick. The same one that Scott McTominay just did.
Yeah.
That's what dreams are made of. The guy scored an overhead kick to save our blushes. I know we didn't go on to win it, Harry Kane, the England captain, goes over to Jude and does this. He celebrates with Jude with the Jude. I was watching it back because even I forgot. I was like, rah, this doesn't look like a guy that the squad don't like. This doesn't look like a guy that the England captain despises. And you know when he went, who else? You know why he was doing that? Because at that time, England were playing poorly. The media, the same media, were going, and where's the Jude guy? Where's he? What's he going to do? Hold down your head top. Overhead kick. Now we're not going out. And then now they want to flip this narrative when the guy's got man of the match. He shook the manager's hand. He gave Morgan Rogers a fist bump. All right, he's not celebrating that he's been taken off. Who gives a crap? It's the same old stuff, bro. They're looking for a villain. And we as England fans, which I think most of us are doing, near enough all of us are doing a good job. We ain't letting you poison our minds, bro. Not on this.
Also, like everything you just said is so spot on. But like when you think back to the last Euros as well, like everyone says, "Oh, I don't like his attitude," or like, "Why can't he be confident in his ability and what he's done in his club career and what he's done for England? Why can't he be like, yeah, I am that guy?" I don't understand why there is this constant narrative that like if you are successful and you are that guy, why can't you be? Like I just don't understand.
British culture.
I don't
like
get it. Like it's like
like
we have an amazing way, this country, especially when it comes to football, of building someone up, a young player, building them up and saying they're the next best thing. They get to be that next best thing, and then we just want to tear them down. And it's like I don't understand why. I don't get it.
Yeah, but
when you say
it's by design to do
British
that.
The media, yeah.
Right,
But
they've been doing it for years.
But it's actually not just the media. Like I think it's also people. Like you only need to go
because they're led by.
You only need to go on X or any social media to see like people will, or the comments. Even if you read like a newspaper, right, a Daily Mail, for example, and you go and look in the comment section. No one wants anyone to be successful. They say they do, but all they want to do, and it's just, I think it's just because people must be so miserable and unhappy in their own lives. They just want to tear people down. But this is someone that is doing it on the biggest stage for England. He's an icon of English football, and he's 22 years old, and he's only going to get bigger and bigger and better and better. And it's just like, why don't we just applaud him? Why don't we just say he's our guy? Why do we always, as a nation or as media, have to be like, oh well, no, like let's question his attitude, let's question this, like just shut up. Let's just celebrate people for once. Like I can't bear that about media, and I can't bear that about people, and it's just such a shame that is kind of the world we live in. Like no one is really ever truly supportive of anyone else.
Only this country.
It's old-fashioned media.
It's so bad.
And at the end of the day, this is all about clicks, and it's all about traffic. So it's rage bait. They know exactly what they're doing when they put these articles out. They know the timing. They're dropping it. There's a table of them probably sitting there saying, right, how can we get some traction, or we need certain views, numbers on this article this week. How are we going to do that? Are we really going to get that by praising the performance and doing a nice article and just keeping it chill? No. Okay, let's start a race war in the comments. Let's start a madness. And that's what they've done. And unfortunately, because we are talking about it, that's what they want. It's going to keep going round and round in circles. That's what it is. That's what they do.
I think we've all spoken fairly well there, if I'm honest. I agree with everything you've all said. So, let us know what you think to that one in the comments.